Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be my take 2 video on the whole gifting event situation and my full-on thoughts about it. Because when the yesterday's video was uploaded, I didn't really have as much time to kind of like process my thoughts on it, and perhaps I didn't express my exact opinions the best I could as well. Before we get to it though, it's very important to remember and understand that I do not necessarily always only speak for the group of players that I belong in, and it's very important that people understand that there are different groups of people who will view this event differently. And just because you do not belong to one group or another group is absolutely no reason to, dismiss the concerns of a group you're not part of. As a good example would be the Awakening Gem situation from the trade-in store. For me, trading event was, fairly fine. Had very little issue with trading in 5 generic Awakening Gems that I already had in stash for a 6-star Awakening Gem and leave the situation be. Regardless of how many people were, opening complaint threads or coming here and complaining how hypocritical it is for Kabam to tell people not to hoard and then make an event like that, and then people say that they will hoard for the next year and not cover it at all on my channel. No, initially I might not have thought about it for the very first few hours. Afterwards I spoke with people. I accepted the fact that they are right in what they're saying. I agreed with what they said, and I made a video about it, highlighting the issue with the trading store. And it's a similar situation here, where there are different groups of people. And let me make this first thing 100% clear. If you are more casual or more moderate player, which is perfectly fine thing, nobody's trying to look down on any group of players here. Everybody plays the game however they want, and if you are playing in like top 80 AQ Alliance and plat 3 wars or something like that, then yeah, this event is wonderful for you. This event is wonderful for every single group of players at mid to relatively kind of like lower tiers, where you can get a lot of free stuff. If you take a look at the rewards in total, just by spending 3,600 units trading in items that you might need in boosts and mastery cores or whatever you want to trade, you get 3,000 units worth of greater gifting crystals. You get 600 units back. You get several crystals worth in 5-star shards. You get some 6-star shards, and then obviously Alliance events, you get more rank up resource and catalysts, and this is an awesome event. That is all there is to it. Fact of the matter is, majority of the people watching this video are likely in that group of players, where you play at whatever leisure and pace you want to play, and this is just a pure profit for you. This is a good event, and you should enjoy it, and I am happy for you. I am genuinely happy for all the people that, are in my streams messaging. I just pulled the 6-star Awakening Gem. I just pulled what I wanted. It's good. This event in itself is an absolutely magnificent event if you cut off the rank reward part of it. Wonderful. Then there's always another group of players, perhaps the smallest group of players in the game, but the group that spends a ton of money. This is a great event for them as well, and I have absolutely no ill feelings towards the people who have put themselves in a position to be able to spend as much as they want and as much as they will to get the rewards. It's wonderful. They have clearly done something right in their lives to be able to do that, and I'm happy for those people too. I'm not at all upset or jealous for the fact that somebody's going to get, a ton of rank up materials and going to get the rank up champions and 6-star shards and everything else what they want to get. It's a good thing. That's a good thing if you cut it off from rest of the game balance and economy, which is something that Kabam has obviously emphasized and talk about constantly. Kabam is so careful with the game balance unless and until when it comes to the gifting event. And there will be people who will say that the game balance hasn't existed for years and stuff like that, which is false. There's inherently some sort of set structure always that has functioned in this game, and this gifting event has shattered it much more than any previous gifting event ever has. And Where the issue itself starts with the gifting event, and where the majority of the problem arises is the timing. It's not necessarily the fact that they have, more rank 4 resources in this one event than every single piece of content and every single offer combined. And that is unmistakable fact. If you are somebody that's 100% free to play, but you have completed every single piece of content, I think at best you probably have earned about 2 or 2.5 catalysts of each. This event offers 4.5 catalysts in rank rewards, and then obviously it scales down, but at max it offers 4.5. So it offers effectively double to what a player has been able to earn throughout the content thus far. That's completely undermining all of that. And similarly, even if you are somebody who has purchased the offers that have been available throughout the year, starting from spring cleaning to Cyber Weekend to July 4th, in offers in total, I think you probably could get around 3 catalysts. So everything combined can be easily overtaken by this one event. And that is where the problem here grows. These rank rewards, these crystals as such, would be perfectly fine and would cause a lot less trouble if the game had progressed slightly further. Because the current situation is, when you look at, your top 20 alliances or the higher tier alliances, that most people in those alliances will have 0 or 1 rank 4 champions, which obviously significantly affect primarily prestige, but also your alliance for defense, alliance for offense capabilities. That is the current situation, where people who are moderate low spenders or free to play will have anywhere in between 0 to 1 rank 4 champion. Now, since the start of this gifting event, there's already a huge group of players with 2 rank 4s. That's less than 24 hours in this event. There's a huge group of players, significant amount of players, I'd say, with 2 rank 4s. You can check out through the leaderboard. There's plenty of them that you can find, tap on the first one. I think HK Sean already has 2 there as well, but, there's plenty lower ones as well. I have 2. So that already has shifted the way Alliance rankings stand. There are also some screenshots floating around with somebody with 3 rank 4s. And that is before the rank rewards, which is additional up to 1.5 rank 5. So my expectation is that by the time gifting event ends, we will see profiles with 4 and 5 rank 4 6-star champions in them. And again, that in itself is not bad or awful or whatever, Spend money, you get stuff for it, you get rank your champions. The problem is that this is the only way to get it, and the fact of the matter is that there will be a very large group of very hardworking players with 0 rank 4 champions. If we were in a position where, the sweatiest tryhards had 3, 4 rank 4 champions right now, and they were working towards their 5th and or 6th champions, and then the super spending whales would have 7, 8, 9, 10 rank 4 6-stars, the problem would be a lot smaller, because even with smaller amount of highest rarity of the champions, you can manage to stay in the same lane as the higher accounts. Situation like with rank 3s. You can take a look at somebody who spends significantly more money than I do, and they might have 20, 30, or 40 more rank 3 champions, and that's not a big deal. The more of the highest tier champions are available in total, the less this difference matters. I might need to be more careful with which champions I rank, and I might need to make some harder decisions. Somebody who spends more will be able to rank up more champions and more, whatever, leisurely rank ups for whatever they like. That is fine. The problem specifically lies of the fact that the game was not advanced far enough to where this difference, this discrepancy that this event will provide in form of 3 rank 4 6-stars, or in some cases even more, it's going to take a lot of time to cover it. That is the problem. And that is, again, just to emphasize, no ill will towards anybody who is enjoying this event to their fullest. If you have money, go for it. It's your money. You can spend it how you want. And if you just don't care about these issues, you don't care about these issues. It doesn't mean that it isn't a problem. It just means that it is not a problem that affects you. There are always these, oh, every year they do this, or, you know, Kabam is a gaming company that makes money. All of that is 100% true, and they have to make that money, but they also need to maintain the interest of players who are willing to put in maximum amount of effort with moderate or meaningful amount of money, just not tens of thousands of dollars for one event. There are solutions to this, and this does not necessarily mean that, you know, the Armageddon has happened. Well, to be more specific, when it comes to current landscape of the top alliances, yes, something of an explosion has happened, but Kabam has the ability to piece it together. And in order to be able to piece it together, they obviously need to work very carefully, but also quite quickly. Because the longer they leave this massive gap exposed, the more it will increase and the harder it is going to be to fix it. And additionally, the more top tier players will leave the game. The way to address the issue, at the very least in my opinion, is obviously through the release of a ton of content. If we have very, let's say, beautiful rewards for 7.4 and Act 7 100%, which is set to come in February. Let's say that in total awards like 4.5 catalysts of each, because, you know, I would be willing to bet that exploring Act 7 100% will give you enough catalysts to rank for at least one champion, which 2 weeks ago I would have said would be like, you know, reasonable amount that we can expect. Right now, I'm genuinely hoping it's more than just the 3 catalysts. On top of it, I'm genuinely hoping for a release of, you know, either Karina Challenges, Grandmaster's Gauntlets version 2, or, you know, next iteration of Abyss. This situation can be, you know, stabilized and balanced out if there is a very, very significant influx of rank 4 materials in the game economy through content, and hopefully in a very near future through improved rewards for Alliance Quest, Alliance Wars as well on top of it. One thing is also quite obvious. This game is never going to go back to what we called normal unless the value of rank 4 materials is significantly reduced immediately past this event, which unfortunately is something that will more than certainly annoy the top tier spenders, which right now are going crazy on this event. But this game cannot exist in its current form with the value of rank 4 materials as high as it is, and the rewards being dished out as slowly as they are. Because if we take a look at 7.3 rewards, for instance, 7.3 exploration rewards, so that's the latest story content that we have received, that offers you 6,750 and 14,000 catalyst fragments respectively. And that is what, compared to the gifting rewards, absolutely nothing. So there absolutely 100% has to be a significant influx of these resources and decrease in their value in the upcoming offers if Kabam wants to have some sort of resemblance of, you know, competitive play in Alliance or in Alliance Quest. Because unless there is this significant change, there will be 3-4 alliances that are going to be kind of like locked in the top spots in AQ and AW as well, or likely also in AW and pretty much everywhere, because that is how they get ahead. Because at this point, when they do have the highest rewards on the table after the gifting event, it doesn't go away. They carry on earning the highest rewards. And there is very little anybody can do to kind of squeeze in there. And that has always been the situation to a degree, but you still had the opportunity. Again, somebody with 15 rank 3 6 stars right now can technically play in the same alliance as somebody with 45, and he can climb up that ladder if you do choose your rank ups carefully, if you use your 6 stones carefully. You are able to go upwards in this game. What this gifting event creates is effectively a plateau that's going to be exclusive, that other people will not be able to get to. And that is the problem there. And for those, again, the wonderful, beautiful people who return what I think is my balanced attempts of covering problems of Cavalier players and their issues, and covering issues of, all groups of players, return with comments like, haha, try more, loser, or, shut up, or keep playing, or quit the game, and stuff like that. Again, just a very big reminder that not every problem will not necessarily affect you. But if people always took the type of attitude where it's not my problem, so, I'm going to make fun of it, of anyone whose problem it is, the world would be quite a lot shittier place. And believe it or not, I genuinely don't harbor any ill feelings against people who do get enjoyment of doing things like that. Walking around YouTube and, dropping a shitty comment as soon as somebody disagrees with them. But I do hope that at the very least, some of you who watch the video, now that I have given more detail to the issue and to the build-up of it, understand that this event hits people differently based on where you're at in the game. That is fine. There's going to be a large group of people who are absolutely going to enjoy this event. Absolutely every single player in this game is going to get some good rewards from this event, and that is great. What happens afterwards, however, will not be as great for everyone. And, those comments that it's only 30 people, it's not going to be only 30 people, because even if you don't get the rank 3 to 4 rank up gem, for instance, the top, top 100, top 300 still get very, very, very significant amounts of rank 4 materials. And the greater gifting crystals themselves already are creating players who have 2 and 3 rank 4s, opposed to the group players who have done everything in the game and played as hard as they can and have absolutely nothing. Nobody's expecting to have no disadvantages in this game if you can't spend as much. Nobody's expecting to be ever on an absolutely level playing field with somebody who can log in and drop 10,000 or 15,000, whatever. What people are hoping for is, at the very least, that illusion of chance that with time, with hard work, and, with moderate spending, you are able to, at the very least, exist on the same playing platform. Not have as good of a spot. Just to be able to play and compete with those players. And the last point that I also wanted to say, this one's kind of like a bit personal, I guess. As there are many groups of players, each of these players have different mentalities. What do you seek for the game? Some people pick up this game for an hour a day just to, have a bit of fun with Marvel characters. Some people play casually AQ map 5 and don't even play Alliance War just because, they don't like it. And they do it because they want to hang out with friends. And there are, many different reasons to play and enjoy this game. And we all enjoy this game differently. And the reason why this was such a big deal to a particular group of players is that group of players are the competitive people who like to compete, who like to kind of like try and progress and leap forwards and play the game largely for that idea of, maintaining competitive and climbing towards the top as high as you can get. And that just kind of, again, at least for foreseeable future, became impossible. I do think that there are ways how Kabam can rectify the situation over the next 3 to 6 months. Not entirely, obviously not. But, at the very least where they are once again able to stand next to each other. The people who try the hardest, play the game the most, and, spend some money with the people who not necessarily even complete content, but are just able to afford to purchase everything. And ultimately, finally, once again, yes, obviously Kabam is a gaming company. Obviously Kabam needs to make money. Nobody's asking Kabam not to make money, ever. If anything, this entire channel is largely helping them make more money by, advertising the game as well. But they always, up until now, almost always found a way how to make money without completely alienating the people who still wanted to be towards the top, not at the top, but towards the top, and give them, I don't know, a reason to try and get as high as possible. And that is the big change. They're taking away the reason to try. When a year's worth of content and a year's worth of offers combined don't come close to a week or two of spending marathon, then it hits a bit different. And, you know, I'm not overly upset. If anything, I kind of feel a bit relieved to a degree, because I'm generally just a lot less inclined to try and climb that ladder that I always tried. But it's also impossible not to cover the subject, because even if I can let go of all the negative emotions that I had seeing those rank rewards, there are a ton of people who don't and who didn't. And their opinions also matter. And I hope that in this video, I have explained why there is a significant group of players who are extremely unhappy with the gifting event. And it has nothing to do with not wanting Kabam to make money. It has nothing to do with, you know, not wanting to allow whales to spend money or anything of the sort. It has nothing to do with the jealousy that somebody is going to get something better than I do. It has everything to do with the way some people have chosen to play this game and the way some people find the things that some people find important in this game. Anyways, so to top it all off, you know, for vast majority of the players, this gifting event is awesome, and that's a great thing. And I'm happy for you. I'm genuinely 100% wholeheartedly happy for everybody who's enjoying this event. I'm doing, you know, my best to be there with you, and you should enjoy it. It's the Christmas time, it's holidays, and you can get some cool stuff, and especially if you manage to progress your account, perfect, wonderful. And same as for people who choose to spend uncopious amounts of money. Good for you. You have done something right in your life to have that money. Enjoy it however you see fit. It's not my place to judge anybody for how they spend their money. But just like that, don't turn into a twat in comment sections. And don't dismiss the people who do not necessarily see the same things the same way. All right, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. See ya.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about